I am Ajmer Singh Malik, Professor in Public Administration, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Now we come to the second kind of the agencies, that is the staff agencies. Again, Chief Executive is at the top of the pyramid administrative system of the country, means head of the state, and he is responsible for running the administration for whole of the country. And when he has to run the administration of whole of the country, in that circumstances, that chief executive requires the support and assistance of many such agencies to perform that. And if we go by the name, what is the staff? Then in that case we can say staff means that it is a wooden stick on which one can lean for support. That is the meaning of the staff. And staff means the agency which provides different kind of the information, different kind of the data, different kind of assistance, different kind of advice, different kind of counseling, different kind of the support services, so that the chief executive may be able to take the decision. Decisions nowadays in administration, not only in the public organization, but in the private organization, is that depends many kinds of the information, many kinds of the expert knowledge. And for taking the rational, effective and effective decision, it is essential we have to take use of such agencies which are expert in that particular field. One person cannot have that kind of information. Moreover, one entity or one organization in a country cannot perform all the functions of the. So that's why the separate agencies, which are known as the staff agencies, those are established for providing that kind of assistance, that kind of advice, and that kind of counseling, and we say that kind of information and the data. And the staff agency is different from the line agency in the sense it does not possess any power, any authority. Authority is possessed by the line agency. Means it can advise. It depends on the line authority to take the decision. Although there may be a conflict between the staff agency and line agency, considering that since they are expert and they are superior, they understand it very well, and they try to take the decision. But ultimately, by law or by an arrangement, the authority to take the decision, that lies with the line agency, not with the staff agency. Staff agency is in real sense is considered an expansion of the personality of the executive. Means, as we can say that by staff agency means that the chief executive have more eyes, more ears, more hands to aid the chief. It is like that when we have god and goddesses, we say, having many hands to perform the functions. So line agencies acquire an expansion of their personality when assisted by the staff agencies. And naturally, staff agencies are there. Or another way we can say that staff agencies act as the think tank for the line agencies, and by thinking, by advising, by analyzing, by preparing the plans and programs for the line agency. Means everything is prepared by the staff agencies, and line agencies are there to execute it. They are there to take the decision, policy decision, and everything is there. Sometimes we say these agencies are sometimes are considered synonyms with the functional specialization to assist the chief executive. Means since those are specialized agencies, and that's why they perform multifarious duties and responsibilities and functions based on certain specialized knowledge. That is, staff agencies do not have the authority. Staff agencies do not command the administrative system, but the staff agencies exercise the delegated authority. Means within the organization they have to perform certain administrative functions, and that is exercised by. Moreover, staff agencies many times becomes very powerful one because they influence the line agencies. As for example, in our country, Prime Minister office is staff agency. It advises the Prime Minister. And Prime Minister office is influencing the staff and the number of people and the experts present in that They are influencing the working of the, not only of the Prime Minister, rather of the cabinet also. So this is having influencing effect on that agency. There are certain features, other features we can say. The first of all, we can say that unlike line agency, which performs the primary functions of the organization, staff agency performs the secondary functions of the organization. Means the functions which are not considered as primary in the sense the major objective of the organization, but the performance of those functions helps in achieving the major objective of the organization, and that's why those are termed as the secondary kind of functions or secondary functions. Those are performed by the staff agencies. The second feature we can say that staff agency do not exercise authority and command, as I have already stated. And third, we can say that they do not have any kind of the executive responsibility. Line agency have the executive kind of responsibility. Those are answerable to the appropriate authority, but staff agencies are only just to aid and advise. Prime Minister office is not going to answer. It is the Prime Minister who is answering the Parliament. So that's an important aspect. And another important thing, as for example, line agencies are in direct contact with the people, whereas staff agencies are not in direct contact with the people. Again, we can take the example. We can understand it on the basis of the example. The staff in the Prime Minister office, they are not in direct contact. Rather, Prime Minister is in direct contact. Lastly, we can say staff units are attached to line units at all level outside the line of command. Means that there may be the different hierarchical level of the line agencies, and at each and every level staff agencies are associated with that, so that it can guide, it can help, it can advise that particular hierarchical level of the line agency. That's why in this discussion we no doubt discussed the features and role of the staff agency, but also make distinction between the line and staff agency. Then another aspect of the staff agency is that the different kind of the functions are not going in much detail because we have already discussed all those things. First of all, it provides assistance or assistance function, we called it. Then information function, that's information, advisory, supervisory, delegated functions. But there are three types of, like the line agencies are three types. The staff agencies are also three types. And these are, number one, general staff, number two, technical staff, and number three, auxiliary staff. What is general staff, technical staff, and auxiliary staff? We'll discuss a little bit about it. Like we discussed about the Department, Public Corporation, and Independent Regulatory Commission. Therefore, it becomes pertinent here that we discuss about the staff agencies. That is, general staff is that it performs routine and general functions, as for example, diary, engagement, calendars, and all these kinds. That is, which is helping writing, communicating to the people, this kind of the job. General staff keeps who are coming and how to provide, we say, as for example, Prime Minister office is looking after every kind of functions relating to the Prime Minister, helping in performing the job of or duties of the Prime Minister. So that is the routine kind of the, in real sense it acts, general staff acts as the filter and funnel. Important functions, they send it to the chief executive, but lesser important functions may be directed to the concerned institution, concerned agency, or concerned official by the staff assisting the journal, which we call the general staff. The second is the technical staff. This staff is technical in the sense consisted of certain functions like engineering, medical expert, economist, accountant, management. So this kind of the agencies. Generally, we say, as for example, I have given the example in case of general staff, that is the Prime Minister office, but in case of technical staff, the example may be given that there may be some expert bodies, like if we want, the government of India want to have a certain opinion regarding in the medical health, that it can get the services from All India Institute of Medical Sciences or Medical Council of India. That depends on that. The third type of staff agencies are the auxiliary staff. Auxiliary staff performs certain institutional and housekeeping activities, which are essential for the functioning of the line agency as well as the staff agency. That is, for example, providing papers, recruiting personnel, budget making, account keeping. All these functions are considered to be the auxiliary one. And providing supplies, that is, so that kind of I have already talked to you, that there may be some central purchasing agencies for whole of the government or the different departments, different corporations of the government, and that may provide an effective, efficient service to the different branches or different line agencies. So these are the auxiliary agencies. One thing more here, which is relating to the line and staff agencies, usually there may be a conflict. And that is, staff agency considered that they are well educated, they are possessing expert knowledge, and that's why they have the right to decide, they understand about the things in a more effective and more clear manner, and that's why they must be given. But this is not so. The line agency have been endowed with the power, that is the authority to decide, to take the decision and to command, control the organization, and that's why it should be with them. But the question is not that is the who possesses the power. The question is that we have to achieve the objectives of the organization. That's why line agencies and staff agencies must interact, rather cooperate with each other in such a manner so that the goals of the organization may be achieved in a right manner.